Hi. I'm Amy Feldman.
And I'm Mara Allen.
And welcome to our podcast, Calababes. Today, I want to talk to Mara a little about jewelry because a few episodes ago, I gave her a gift.
My beautiful earrings.
Her CB earrings. And I have a friend of mine who is a jewelry designer, and she's the one who I always go to for help when I need help with either creating a type of a charm or making necklaces that like layer properly, like the right lengths and everything, or everything's like the right, what kind of chain do you want, and all these different names. I'm like, I have no idea. And so I'll have her just like do it all for me. Perfect. But she's great because she makes her own jewelry line, so she knows what she's talking about, unlike me. And so today is our guest, Juliet Simms, who was also on The Voice, which you have heard of.
Yes, I have.
Thank God. And welcome, Juliet. We're so happy to have you.
Hi, Juliet.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, Juliet.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
You are so beautiful. Are you in your closet?
Yeah, where are you?
I am. This is my IKEA-built closet.
You know whose closet I really want to see?
Whose?
The batcave.
Oh, yeah. We would have to take it a little trip downstairs.
Only kidding. I'm assuming it's all black. You can't see anything anyway.
Yeah.
No. It's completely dark in there. I don't know how he gets dressed during the day.
Her husband, Andy Black from Black Veil Brides, redid his closet during quarantine time and turned it into a batcave.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I would wake up to like pounding and he'd be in his closet like nailing another Batman mask to the wall. There's like, seriously, you guys, there's like 12 Batman masks up in there. It's crazy.
So we know what his alter ego is.
Oh, for sure. He's 100% in his mind. He's a superhero that runs around at night in black spandex.
That's awesome.
I was just telling Mara how you're always like my go-to when I have jewelry questions.
Oh yeah, I'll get like just randomly, hey, so I really want this like really ornate piece and I want this engraving to be on it and I want the chain to be like this. And I'm like, I got you. Here, this is
exactly
the Instagram, here's the website.
That's perfect. Okay, so you're the one.
She's the one.
I am.
Any jewelry questions?
Awesome.
I am. Come to me for jewelry.
Julie,
information.
Right, she has her own. We talked about her own jewelry line. Is it called Juliet Simms?
No, so it's called Never Take It Off.
Never Take It Off.
My favorite kind of jewelry.
Yes, the kind that you never have to take off. No, it's so it was basically I came up with this concept when I was heading out on tour. This is about 10 years ago, and I needed to come up with a merchandise piece that I could sell on the road to help support me being on the road, etc. So I was like, well, why don't I take this song I have that's called Never Take It Off, and I can develop a piece of merchandise around that song that that can signify or symbolize to the wearer some sort of vow or promise or goal or dream that they have, that your goals and your dreams and your aspirations are things that you never take off. They're things that follow you, when you fall asleep at night and when you wake up in the morning. And so I was like, what could symbolize that? And I was like, well, if we made jewelry that could symbolize these messages, then it could be really cool for the wearer. So I came up with this concept for a jewelry company called Never Take It Off. And since its inception, it's become a jewelry company that helps other artists and other bands alike forward their message and what they want to say to their fan base and their followers, which is generally a communication of hope and light and strength. And so we have a bunch of artists that have lines on the company and it's really great.
It's amazing. I love the whole message behind it. It's very inspirational.
Yeah. And I forgot other bands and artists also design with your company to sell jewelry.
Yeah, correct. So like we have, let's take Ben from Asking Alexandria. He'll be like, we're putting out this new song and this is what it's about. And, you know, this is the color scheme of it. And this is the message. And we've got this going on in it. And he'll send like mood boards and inspiration, and we'll work back and forth with the artist until we create a line based around whatever it is that they're releasing or putting out. So much like merchandise, but it's merch with meaning.
I love it.
That is amazing. Yeah. And it has its own Instagram page. Is that how people buy it?
Yeah, no, we've got a website, nevertakeitoff.com, or you can go to the Instagram and you can see everything's all set up there, and it's all online based. Yeah. Go buy some jewelry.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm always looking to find something weird that I'm like, I don't even know where to find it. I have to ask Juliet.
Yep. And now I can put a face with this Juliet that she's talking about all the time. When she's like,
are you talking about me all the time?
All the time, Juliet.
Yes. Somebody's complimenting her jewelry, and she's like, well, tell you what.
I have this friend.
Yes. So Juliet, we want to hear about The Voice and how the audition process was.
Oh.
That much fun.
Let me just take a drink of water here. Okay, so abridged version or very long, exhausting version?
Wait, we want the juicy detail version.
Oh, okay, well, you came to the right person, because I do not have a filter. So in 2011, I was on the Vans Warped Tour, and I was doing, I was just on it as acoustically. I was promoting an acoustic record that I had written and released that year. And it was kind of like, it was a pivotal moment in my career where I didn't know where my band Automatic Love Letter was heading. You know, I had basically 4, and I hate using this word because it's such a, you know, terrible word, but I had 4 failed attempts at breaking my band. It was doing well in the scene a little bit. You know, a lot of bands and a lot of artists liked my band, but it wasn't breaking. And it had been years and years of just writing and putting out records, and just, I got to a point where I was like, God, give me a break, give me something that can help me progress and forward me and kind of move the needle, so to speak. So I was on tour, and my manager called me up. This is summer of 2011, and she said, I just got an interesting phone call. And I said, well, what was it? And she said, have you heard of The Voice? And I was like, no, I hadn't heard. It was like they had only done season 1 at that point, and I don't really watch a lot of TV, so I wasn't really hip to understanding, you know, what that show was and what it entailed and all of that. So that night I just went online and I looked it up, and I was like, okay, well, they want me to try out basically to be on this show. And I wouldn't have to do like the cattle call audition, which is like where, you know, 10,000 people are stuffed in a room over a 24-hour period and have to like sing because the judges only start judging when they're on camera. There's a whole preliminary like audition like levels that you kind of have to go through before you get to being on screen. And I got to, because of the minor success of my band, and because I already had kind of a name for myself, they were like, we're going to skip all of that, and we're just going to have you audition for the producers of the show. If they like you, then we'll move on to the next story that I'll tell you guys. So I go to the Universal lot, or no, was it I can't remember. I think it was the Universal lot. And I performed for one of the producers, and I sang about 3 songs, and she was like, wow, we love you. We're definitely gonna have you back. Look for our call. We'll give you more information then. So I didn't hear from them for like a few weeks. And then I got a phone call, and they said, you've made it to like, you know, the final stage before we tell you if you're going to be auditioning for the coaches or not. So I was like, okay. They're like, all right, well, you have to just pack up, and you're going to move into this hotel, and we're not going to give you any information, and we're going to sleep deprive you, and you're going to be living isolated from your friends and your family. You can't talk to anybody, for a couple of weeks, and are you willing to do that? And I was like, oh, fucking I've come this far. Sure, I'll whatever, may as well. I was just at this point in my career, I was just like, fucking, I'll do anything. I'll do anything at this point. Just get me where I need to be. So I went and moved into this hotel near the Burbank airport, and I was there with about 175, 200 other potential contestants, and it was the worst 3.5 weeks of my life. I mean, I can't. Okay, I cannot handle people. This is gonna make me sound like such a bitch, but I can't handle people who walk around singing all day long in front of you to let you know that they can sing. Like, and imagine like 200 of those people in one hotel, one tiny little fucking hotel for almost a month. You're just walking around and everybody's just like flexing, like, check out this run. Like everywhere I went, whether it was the elevator, the fucking hotel hallway, the pool, the restaurant, it was like it was like I fell asleep at night just hearing people doing runs in my head because it was just nonstop, just showing off and singing, whatever. So rant over. I get to the end of the 3.5 weeks and they finally have me. I don't know why I had to be there for so long. I think it was because they wanted to keep everybody. It's like a form of, this is just my own take. There's like a breakdown method to these shows because they want the contestants to be emotional and because they're, it's great for TV. It's great for TV to have somebody who cries on camera or who gets upset or is desperate. It's fucking great television. So I get to the end of the 3 weeks. I audition. They said, great, you've now made the final round. They moved me to another hotel. This is 3. Now I haven't seen, well, this is actually really funny. So I haven't seen any of my family. And this is like right when Andy and I started dating. And I was not going to not see my new boyfriend that I loved and needed to kiss and have sex with. Like, no, you're not going to,
don't keep me from my guy.
Tell me I can't. I also like free will, bitch. You don't control my human rights. This is, so Andy would, he was on the same record label as the label that was putting the show on. Like, if you win, you're signed to this record label. He was on the same record label.
Perfect.
So if he showed up at this hotel, like, and you know how he looks, he's like he's just a giraffe. He's just a sore thumb, total elephant in the room. You just know it's him. So he bought like a incognito costume where he like, no, you guys, he like went full out. Like, he bought like one of those like really thinning, weird gray beard things and a mustache, and like would wear like a trucker hat and put his hair back in a ponytail and would like wear plaid. Like, no, he doesn't wear, like, so yeah.
Oh
so
my
he
God.
wore, like, plaid and like baggy. He got like baggy jeans and would sneak into the hotel like a couple.
Do you have a picture?
Yes, we need photos.
We do have pictures.
I
We
need
do
a
have
picture of
pictures.
that.
I'd have to find them. I will find that. I'll show you on Monday. I'm coming over on Monday. So yeah. So he would sneak in, and that was great. I got to see him. So then after the 3.5 weeks that we were there, they moved us over to a hotel in Century City. This was the final audition, where basically they had you sing again at this hotel, like go in and sing again for the producers. And there was about, at this point, there's about 300, I would say 350 people that are at this hotel that basically have to sing again and wait. They want to see you in outfits, photograph you, see how you look on camera. They do a lot of interviewing about like your past and like your story. And there's a lot of like I'd be like, yeah, so I've been in a band for, since I was a teenager, and I've been touring in cars and bands and blah, blah, blah. And the producer would be like, like at any point did you like experience anything as a woman? Like they would try to like pull
Drama
out of you like dark stuff or drama, or like would try to allude that more went on, and you're like, no, I was just in a band on tour. Like I no, I didn't, like, you know, I don't know. It's not like some crazy, I don't, you know, like they're looking for the horror. They're looking for what could be good for TV. So that was bizarre. Okay. I'm like getting off track here. So it's about, I would say about a month of being in this hotel. So now it's been almost 2 months of living in hotels, and not a lot, you're not allowed to post, you're not allowed to talk about it. You know, you've signed NDAs and all of that. And everybody auditions again, and then they don't let anybody know who made it to the on-screen judge turn swivel chair moment until the end of the month. So like people who weren't going to be on the show weren't necessarily told, like they would know, and they didn't like tell them until like a couple weeks later. It was really weird. It felt very disorganized. It was season 2. I'm sure that they were still working out the kinks. Yeah. So so I make it, and I'm told you're gonna go and audition for the actual coaches. And I was like, okay, cool. When? And they're like, tomorrow. And you're like, okay, great. So, you know, they style you, you know, you make sure you have your song prepared. My song was "Oh Darling."
Do they pick the songs, or do you guys get to pick your songs?
So I had like a different experience as far as like creative direction than other people did, because of the fact that I was already like kind of an established artist. I actually picked "Oh Darling" as my first, that was the first song I sang for them ever. And then they were like, that's what you're singing on TV. And I was like, okay. And then throughout the show, CeeLo, who ended up being my coach, there was like a respect level there, I think, because he knew my track history, and he knew that I've written and recorded and helped produce my own albums. I've toured for years. So there was kind of that, like he had that trust factor with me, like where he knew that I would pick, you know, good songs. So I, the next day, go I get in a shuttle with a bunch of other people that are picked to go and sing for the coaches, and you get whisked away to the Universal lot where they shoot the show. And yeah, it was just all very fast. I just remember being thrown into a room where there was like 100 other people, and everybody's like la 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 and like doing their warm-ups, and I'm like sweating and freaking out, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? It hit me right before going on camera. You vowed you would never do this. I was always kind of against the idea that somebody could wake up one day and be like, I'm going to be a singer. And then just go on a TV show and then make it. That made me so mad, because like, you know, I have this like built-in consideration and thought and thinking that, no, the way that you do it is you do it from the ground up. You play cafes, you play local venues, you start a band, you go out and you flyer, and you get people to your show, and you know, grassroots, and really earn your stripes, because that's the way that I did it for so long. And so, you know, all these singing competition shows, watching people just
suddenly
go on, and then, you know, all of a sudden stardom, which, look, Kelly Clarkson and who else we got? Adam Lambert. There's like a lot of really great artists and singers that have come from these shows. But when I was younger, I was just like, well, I'm going to do it the authentic way. Man, I was such a fucking snot. So I'm about to walk out onto stage, and I'm starting to panic. I'm like starting to have a little bit of like a what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, 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 do it. Just do it. Just see what happens. It's fine. Let's just do it. Like, you're already here. You like freaking out. And then they're like, okay, go. And they just like push you out on stage. And I was just like, okay, here we go. And I sang, and I got 3 chairs, and I ended up going. The reason I picked CeeLo Wolf, first of all, the time I was such a fan of his, and he, his soulful voice, and I like just loved how he combined pop and R&B and Motown with rock, and I just thought he was very much an artist, and I thought that was the team that I was going to thrive on. And also, it turned me off seeing Christina and Adam Lambert fight. There was like a huge like cat fight over me, and I was just like, oh, and I was just watching CeeLo giggle, just going, and I was like, this is my guy. Come on. So so I went with CeeLo, and okay, so then I make it. I'm now on the show, and they go, okay, cool, you can go home for 2 months. We start filming January of 2012. So went home, can't talk about it. I mean, I like told my family and like a couple of personal close friends, but you can't like talk about line and all of that. And then the next year we started filming, and the first thing that they have you do is they pair you up with somebody and goes, you have to battle them, it feels so unnatural. Like, you have to go on stage and out sing somebody. Like, it just felt to me, it was just so kind of belittling and degrading. I have to go on stage and I have to be like, and prove to the world and to this person and the coaches that I'm better than this person. It felt, I don't know, it just felt very weird. And especially because I became very close with the girl that I had to battle. We became like Sarah, just like the sickest singer, coolest chick, fucking badass woman that I had to go and like put down with my voice. I don't know. I hated it. I hated it so much, but I won. Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. You're awesome.
And yeah, and then after that was when I did. A lot of the stuff that goes into behind the scenes is, late night rehearsals. I mean, sometimes at like till like 3:00 in the morning, and then they put you on camera at like 8. Like crazy shit where you're just like drained and exhausted. And especially as a singer, you have to get enough sleep. Otherwise your voice is going to sound like a poo-poo. So
Good word.
Yeah, nobody likes poo-poo voices. Anyways, so after that is the performance I did, the first solo performance I did, sans the first audition, and that was the song Roxanne by The Police. So I did that. It was a big shining moment for me. That was like, being told by Adam, he was like, that's the best performance that's ever happened on this stage. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to live up to that for the rest of this fucking audition. Holy shit. Yeah. And then, I mean, there's some stuff that happened that I'm just like, I don't know. I look back now with like fresh eyes and with like just a completely different perspective on life, because it's, it's been like 9 years or whatever. And I'm like, God, I would have handled that so differently. I don't know. Don't go on TV until you like know who you are, is all I'm going to say.
So how long were you on for? How many rounds?
I was the runner-up. So I was on since day one, and I lost by like 2 or 3% of the vote.
To who?
I don't remember his name. Oh my God.
Obviously nothing happened to the person.
Yeah, exactly. No, he didn't blow up.
Huh?
No, he didn't. Oh my God, you guys.
That's all right. Yeah. We're Team Juliet anyway. No. So
no, he was. I can say this: he was probably one of the most incredible singers I have ever heard in my entire life. God, I think his name was Jermaine. I want to say it was Jermaine. And I just remember being like, this guy is like, he's like James Brown rolled up into like Otis Redding and like Boys to Men. Just absolutely nothing he couldn't do with his voice. So I was just like, you deserve it. I can't do that.
At least
So,
that feels good because like, hey, at least it was legitimate.
well, yeah, no, for sure. I knew that. Like, I mean, there was a whole thing. It was like people were like she was robbed, and I was like, this is a better singer. It's just like that's just the truth. I have a very unique voice. I definitely have a voice that's very much my voice and doesn't sound like anybody else's voice. And so that's like my strength that I hold on to is like nobody can sound like me. But there's definitely much better singers in the world. But I will say that I started when I made the first round. I told my manager I don't want to win. I said I want it. I want to be the runner-up because if I win, then that's my title. That'll be a hard title to crack in your career. You're just the winner of The Voice. You're then signed into a very unfair record contract where you're basically owned. You have no creative control. You make far less than your record label makes, and they get to tell you what you have to release and put out. Like I saw the contract before I started the show, and I was like, don't want that. I want to be the runner-up. Runner-up has more say so and more control, and that's what I wanted, and that's what I got.
Juliet has an amazing voice. She's got like that Janis Joplin type voice. Yeah. It's amazing. You're a beautiful singer.
Raspy.
Thank you.
That's right. I can relate because I've got a very deep voice, and I get teased quite a bit.
But she's a
Do you
rapper.
know what they say? You're a rapper? No? Oh,
Amy just likes to hear me rap.
I
haven't put out any albums or anything, but no, I am not.
If you do, please let me know.
I'll freestyle. I'm good at that.
You know what they say about women who have, because I have a lower register voice. I speak lower because, okay, so this is crazy. You guys listen to this. I read a study that women who are, who work with men, predominantly men, which I have been around boys and men my whole life, bands, the rock scene, will shift their tone and voice to a deeper register because it's more commanding.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I mean, I have always worked and also I feel like I'm just kind of loud. I mean, I'm Italian. Yeah. We yell at everybody.
Italian.
Oh, well, then there you go.
I'm so loud. Okay. And I use my hands and I'm in your face.
Exactly. And people are like, stop yelling. I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm not yelling. I'm just excited. I'm passionate. I'm talking loud. Okay? Hear me. And eat. God. Manja.
I used to have friends that came over when I was younger, and me and my mom's like full-blown Sicilian. And she'd be like, Julie, you need to clean up your room. And I'd be like, Mom, I'm with my friends right now. Blah, blah, blah. We'd be like, bah, 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 bah. And my friends would be like, is everything okay?
Are you in trouble?
Yeah, no.
This is normal. This is how we talk to each other. Yeah.
Juliet, how's your cat?
Which one?
The one that attacks everyone.
Oh my God. Okay. This is really funny that you're bringing this up because I did a live stream a couple weeks ago where I alluded to something that happened to my sister that I had to rush her to the hospital for, but I didn't want to throw my cat under the bus. So I was like, if Angie wants to tell you guys that story of what happened, she can. I'm not going to say anything, but I guess I'll just fucking tell it here. Who cares? So,
you can tell us.
All right. So long story short, because this is a long story. We have all of my stories are, I just love to hear myself speak.
It must be an Italian thing because I'm with you on that one.
Okay. So we have two rescue cats. They're brother and sister. They're tuxedo cats, they're like black and white. And we have had them since they were like a month old, since they were baby infants. Like we actually bottle fed them for the first like couple of weeks that we had them. And because of that, we are mommy and daddy. They like still, the boy, the one that I'm telling you the story about, still to this day comes up to our bedroom every night and sucks on Andy's finger like it's a fucking baba. Every night. You guys, I mean, I have hundreds of videos of this cat, this full grown ass boy cat coming up to Andy and like making the bread, and then is like, and like takes his finger in his mouth and just is like, Andy's just like, oh my
Oh my God.
like 9 years
Juliet.
old. I know.
That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, we have a child. Yeah, people don't get it twisted. We have kids. Okay, so because of that, they get very upset when we go out of town and when we go on tour. And whoever is having to come over and feed them, they have to know them. They have to like be friends of ours, or like they have to come over and I have to like tell them, this is our friend. They're gonna like, we're nice to this person. Like literally, this is something I do when we have people come over to take care of them when we're out of town. So in 2017, we were on tour and my dad was staying at our house. They love my dad. They've known my dad their whole lives. Totally fine with my dad.
Does he nurse
My
them?
dad had no. Crow would try. And my dad's like, no, get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. Yeah. So my dad had to go to Vegas for like a 24-hour work trip. So he recruited one of our neighbors to feed the cats one night while he was gone. And we were like, yeah, that's okay. We love Tay-Tay. No problem. Tay-Tay couldn't do it. So he had his roommate, Lance, who's never met the cats before. Tay-Tay had met the cats before. Lance has never met the cats. And Lance also hates cats. And cats pick up on that shit. They like, you walk in and you have bad vibes, they're gonna be like, you have bad vibes, get the fuck out of here. So Lance comes in to feed the cats, and Crow, the reason we named him Crow is when he was a baby for like a year or two, he would climb around on Andy's shoulders and be on Andy's shoulders while Andy was just like walking around, and he would perch like a crow. So that's why we named him Crow. So he still to this day, his favorite thing to do is to jump on your back. He loves jumping on backs. If you like cats with boxes, that's how he is with backs. If you bend over and he sees your back, it's like a fucking moth to a flame. He will run and just, I have to get on the back. I have to be on the back. So if you bend over, Crow's on your back. That's just what happens in our house. Lance bending over to feed the cats. Crow jumps on his back. Lance freaks out, takes Crow, and tosses him across the room because he thought he was being attacked. Crow was just like, no, you're my buddy. You've got a back. I need your back because it's here and you're bending over. So he throws the cat across the room. And then Crow is like, oh, you're a bad guy. I have to now murder. I have to kill you. You have now come into my home and disrupted our peace, and now you're going to die. So Crow runs back and just starts fucking mauling this guy. And Femme, Crow's sister, is like, it's like they're a gang, those two. I swear to God, she's like, no, well, Crow's doing this. I gotta do it.
So they didn't get fed, is what you're trying to say.
No, they didn't. They just, unless they're like fucking vampires and just like sucked up that blood after. I don't know. You have to also understand about these cats. They're huge. They're so big that when we take them to the vet, the doctor, like the veterinarian that's seeing them, calls in his like vet friends and is like, you have to see these cats. Like, just come and look at these things. They're so meaty, and they're not overweight, they're not obese, they're just thick and big. Like the girl cat, I'm not even kidding. I wish she was in here right now. She's like, I've thrown my back out picking her up. She's crazy. So imagine basically like two jungle cats attacking this guy. We're on tour. We get a bunch of pictures. We're about to go on stage and we get a bunch of pictures from Lance. He's now in his apartment with our dog. and because he didn't want to leave our dog there. And it's like Carrie. He sent us pictures of our apartment. It looked like Dexter had gone in there and like murdered somebody. It was insane. We thought it was a joke. It was so crazy. We thought it was a joke. We were like, you're fucking with us. And no, it turns out that our cats attacked him. He had to go to the hospital and get stitches. But like, don't throw an animal.
Don't throw a cat across the room.
Don't throw a fucking cat across the room. So if an animal jumped on my back,
just ride it.
You do,
I mean, just let it ride you know?
And yeah, like, you crazy ass. You threw him across the room. Of course he attacked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm on the cat side.
now that
Me
this,
too.
yeah.
I don't love cats. But...
Did you say you don't like cats?
Oh no, I didn't say I don't like cats. I don't love cats. My sister had a cat.
I think you met the right cat.
Oh, you know what? I
love
had
cats.
a cat. When I was young, my mom had a cat, Tuna Face, because face is Italian, face in Italian is face, Tuna Face.
It's perfect for a cat. I love it.
And he was the biggest black tuxedo cat. He was enormous, super long hair. And I love that cat. I mean, there's like very few photos of me, but you know, there's like me with the cat.
Yeah.
And there's like the big Tuna Face. And I remember that cat is the last cat I ever had that I liked. Yeah. I never had a cat after that, but my sister had a cat, Zoe. And this cat must have known because that cat didn't go on her bed and scratch all of the dander and like whatever it picked up outside on her bed, but on my bed. So I used to have to cover my bed with a sheet because it would come in, only mine, come in on my bed and do all the cleaning and then go to her bed and be like, hi, I'm just going to hang out over here.
I'm all clean now.
Yeah. And
what a manipulative cat.
Okay. So I was like, okay. So I had to cover the bed and I'd be like, Rue, get out of here. Now I have dogs and my dogs listen, but if they're out of line, I call them by their last name and I don't know. Coda, Alan, and he'll look at me and go right to bed.
Oh, wow.
Cats don't care. They don't listen to you.
No.
They'll be like, yeah, whatever, B.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Cats are, if cats were like, if cats were the size of humans, they would eat you.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Especially Crow.
Yeah.
Crow would just
be a
sucking on your head. Like he would be like, oh, your head is my baba now. Yeah. No, for sure. Cats can be also like, there's cats that like don't have personalities, you know? I've definitely met cats where I'm like, oh, there's nothing in there. You're 100% vapid. But like our cats, I swear they could have their own little show. They have such personality. So I get it. Like I know not all cats are the best, but
I don't love all dogs either. I mean, I'm more of a dog person because I have dogs, but you know.
Yeah, I love dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs are just.
I love dogs. Those are my, those are my people. But I also have other weird animals that, you know, I can't, snakes, reptiles.
She's got a zoo over at her house.
Literally a zoo.
I love snakes.
Yeah, we have Presley, she's 24 years old, I think.
Oh, wow.
And I have to do the food shopping, so imagine.
I told you.
Oh,
just put her out in my driveway here. Juliet, it's just a yes or no question. Do you still have your manager?
Yes, but we've joined forces with a new management group.
Okay. So
she has taken I signed with a management company called Indigoot. The managers that represent me over there are Michael Lorado and Bill McGathy. Indigoot represents like Hailstorm and Highly Suspect and Shinedown, Neon Trees, a lot of really big active rock and alternative rock bands, and I love them so much. I signed my deal with them a couple months ago, and they've just been it's like the last missing piece to the team that I needed to build. And so
great. Okay, well, Juliet, tell us 3 things you're grateful for.
3 things I'm grateful for. Um, oh man. Okay. I'm grateful that I I have a voice in this world. And by that I mean not just a singing voice, but a platform where I can spread hope and positivity, and let people know that they can follow their dreams and go for their dreams. And I love that I can be a voice for the silenced and for people that feel like they can't be heard. I'm very grateful for that. So for that aspect of things, I feel like I'm answering it and like that's it. I never get to answer this question again. Um, Everything is so like fatalistic with me. Yeah. The next thing I'm super grateful for is my best friend, who's also my husband. He's like
Batman.
It's just Batman. Yeah, I'm grateful for my superhero husband, Batman. No, he's just like, I mean, who gets to say that well, I know, Amy, that you get to, but like your partner is someone you're in the same field, and you get to create together, and you get to bounce ideas off of each other, and you have so much reality and understanding of each other's minds and the world that we live in, and you support one another, and at the same time they're your best friend, and you want to talk to them about everything, and they're also like fun to kiss and do things with. It's great. It's the best. So I'm grateful for him. And I am grateful for, I mean, my family. I gotta say my family. They are uh, loud and crazy and wild, and lift me up and have supported me, and have always been there for me through the worst times in my life and the best times, and it's unconditional. And during this pandemic and everything that's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, and just seeing the teeth of the world, I feel like we're really experiencing that right now. you know you It puts things in perspective. It really does. And I would say my third thing is my awesome fucking family that I love to death.
Amazing. Mara?
Yeah. How do I follow that?
I don't know.
You're
Good
kind
luck.
of putting me on the spot with that one. All right. Well, luckily I went before Amy, so I'm not totally in the
She
dust.
only wants to be runner-up, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I want to win. Runner up. Always second best.
Well, I have to say that I am grateful for this amazing circle of women because, I have to say, just listening to you today, I feel that like passion that you have for like starting from just like, I don't want to just make it. Like, I want to earn my stripes. And you know what? You have a great circle. You have a great foundation. You said your family, like everybody's lifted you up and carried you through that. So I'm very grateful for my friends and just other women that are just strong and passionate and like want to make it happen and just enjoy your life. Like, let's enjoy life. Whew. Am I done yet?
How many was that?
That was one. Okay. All right. I am also grateful for, because we were talking about being Italian, I love food. So I have to say that I am grateful that I have, grown up with a lot of food, a lot of just passion and loud voices and fun dinners. And, to this day, we still like, it's all about like family and like, it doesn't matter what holiday is. It doesn't even matter that we're Jewish and we celebrate Christmas. Like, we don't even care. It's an excuse to get together and like have fun.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that food, of course.
Mhm.
And I'm also grateful, I guess, because it's like the weather is getting great. I'm feeling like excited to be outside, and I went to the beach yesterday, and I'm just grateful for the beach and the outdoors and just nature and just being able
to park at the beach now.
Park at the beach. Parking at the beach is always a bonus because I have to carry so much stuff with me to the beach to accommodate everybody.
Yes.
So yeah, but those are my things. So yeah, now you.
I love it. Very good.
All right, well, I think I'm coming in third.
Third place.
I am grateful for Zoom. It gives us this opportunity to have guests on our podcast, so it's not me and Mara just talking all day long.
Yeah, because we're really fun, but it only goes so far.
Sometimes we need a break.
Nice to mix it up.
I'm going to say I'm grateful that I have a jewelry designer at my fingertips. I knew who to text. And I'm going to say I'm grateful for my Italian women.
Yes.
We'll keep cooking for you.
Make me big.
I love Oh my gosh. When Andy entered into my family, he had no idea what
do they do? Because he doesn't eat. Are they force feeding him?
Trust me, we taught him to eat. I mean, when he came to my house for his first Christmas, he gained like 10 pounds. I was like, you better bring some sweatpants. Stretchy things that expand is always good at my house. No, breakfast is like a whole thing. And we go out to lunch, and then dinner is it's like 4 quart. It's just like, he was just like, what the I'm like, just go with it. This has been my whole life.
Just keep eating.
For hours.
Hours. My mom is such a good cook. Oh my gosh. Amazing.
All right. Well, we're coming over. Invite us for the next meal.
I'm going to end this because I'm hungry now.
Yeah, she loves pasta.
I'm starving. I'm literally eating dinner right when I shut this computer. I'm going to eat.
Well, we want to thank you so much, Juliet. Before we go, can you just flash us really quick?
My boobs?
Yes, that too.
Our sign.
No, actually, our CB.
Our CB sign. But I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
No, so is it this hand? No.
So that's perfect.
Yep, that's your C hand. Right is C.
And this one's a little harder. So do the okay, but
And
then close your fingers and turn it around.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect.
You nailed it.
Calabitches.
Calabitches.
Calabitches, bitches.
Thanks, Juliet. We love you.
Thank you. Love you so much,
Thank
Amy.
you.
So good to talk to you. I'll see you on Monday.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Bye.
Bye. How cute is she?
She is awesome.
I love her. She's so sweet. Thank you guys for listening and watching.
And don't forget to like, follow, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Please do. And we'll see you guys next time. Calabitch is out.